I like it when you come across things that are apparently very bleak, let's say, but actually might be at the same time comic. The mass suicide piece is a blown-up photocopy of a flyer that I found on the street for, I think, an evangelical church. And it's going to have a faucet, a bath tap, mounted on the front, in the middle. I want to see what it looks like. I think humor gives people alternative ways of speaking about things. It's like a useful way of making an entry into a subject. It can be a kind of glue to hold together two opposing ideas. It's a sort of parallel factor that isn't necessarily the main thing you're talking about, but it allows other things to happen. Here in the studio is a bunch of different works. An image of a shack in Tahiti where Marlon Brando lived when he first moved to Tahiti in the early 60s. And it's like an old AP photo that I found in a flea market. It's like a weirdly gloomy image. And that's going to have a safe dial made out of graphite mounted on the front, somewhere on the front of the image. The graphite stuff, one thing I like about it is that it's extremely good at being milled with precision. It's both very hard and tough and stable, and at the same time extremely easy to machine and cut and sand. Theoretically, you will erase it by touching it, which I quite like. It's not like bronze or metal. It's not impervious. It's got these sort of contradictory qualities. I just see it as a way of making a very familiar object momentarily unfamiliar. The effect I like experiencing is one of disorientation. If I can create that sensation in someone else for a split second, then it opens a door, and in that moment you can take them into an unfamiliar place just for a minute. Then other stuff can get in. For an art object, it's got this weird relationship to drawing and therefore painting, and inversely to sculpture, and it is a sculpture, but maybe it wants to be a painting, and it's sort of, I want to get it as confused as possible. I want to muddy the waters as to what it is. It's another way of making the ground you stand on slightly less predictable. You machine a graphite air conditioner and it will be exactly what the three-dimensional CAD drawing you made asked for. That gives them this kind of perfection that makes them not real. And I quite like that. All of the air conditioners I make are the brand Friedrich, which is just like a stupid way of nodding to Caspar David Friedrich, let's say, in this sort of the romantic relationship to nature. There are ways of trying to control nature, like trying to make the air cooler, trying to make nature more amenable to you, to me. So all of the objects have something to do with wanting something and negotiating the fact that you can't have it.